Hello. We're starting at 6, so that in itself is a novel event. Welcome, everybody. I'm very, very happy to welcome you to our 4th annual BSN White Coat Ceremony. This is our 4th annual White Coat Ceremony, and I'm really happy that we are able to carry this out every year. Our first White Coat Ceremony took place, if you want to read along, you can, but in 2014. Up to that time, only White Coat ceremonies were just for medical students. And in 2014, the Arnold P. Gold Foundation hooked up with the American Association of Colleges of Nursing and decided to donate, sponsor 100 White Coat ceremonies for BSN programs across the nation. And we were very fortunate to be selected as one of those 100. In addition, they were looking for bloggers to blog the process, the experience, and one of our students at the time, David Barrera, was selected. So we were doubly rewarded to have been selected to have the White Coat ceremony and to have our student be one of the 5 bloggers across the nation. And we had not had an entry rite of passage for our students till that time. And we loved it. We got very excited, and we tried to figure out how could we afford to keep that up, because Arnold P. Gold paid for us to have it the first time. So with the sponsorship of our Pi Omicron chapter of Sigma Theta Tau, we were able to have that second ceremony, and now we're on our 4th. So it's really, really a wonderful experience, and I'm delighted to see so many people here and up here as well. So I do want to let you know how happy we are to see you sitting there, our students, 130 strong. And with that said, I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Carolyn Erecta, our School of Nursing Director, who also happens to be a fellow of the American Academy of Nursing. So she's very, very special. She's special to us, she's special to the nation, and now you're going to hear her welcome you. So Dr. Huerta.
Thank you. Actually, I was going to say exactly what Sandy said, so I'm done, okay? I had written a few things that I wanted to just mention to you, but she did mention the fact that this was the 4th annual BSN cloaking or White Coat ceremony. I want to welcome all of you. I want to welcome the students, of course. I want to welcome the parents. I hope you're very proud of the students. It was a very competitive application process, and so we're very proud that you're here. I hope you're proud tonight to be a part of this White Coat ceremony. For many years, as Sandy said, or Dr. Sanchez, medical schools have used the White Coat ceremony as a rite of passage. So I hope that you recognize that this is your rite of passage to our very noble profession. When you graduate, and I hope you keep this in mind, I hope that when you graduate, you remember the first time that you put on your white coat. And so I hope that you keep in mind that you have an ultimate goal, which is to graduate from the nursing program. So congratulations, I'm very proud of you. Tonight is special, and I wish you much success in your program. Thanks.
And now, even though she's not on the program, I want to introduce Ms. Luz Maria Silva, who is going to also add to the welcome.
Buenas noches, yo quiero darle las bienvenidas a todos ustedes en español, porque sabemos que aquí hablamos español muchos de nosotros. Lo que estaba diciendo la directora es de que la ceremonia esta de la bata era nada más para los estudiantes de medicina, pero hace 4 años hubo una beca donde pudimos hacer esto para las enfermeras y es algo que deben de recordar, no nada más los estudiantes que hicieron mucho esfuerzo en entrar al programa, sino los padres, porque los padres también comparten con los hijos todo este esfuerzo. Y bienvenidos y esperamos que disfruten. Gracias.
I'm back like Jack in the Box. Our Dean of College of Health Affairs is not here tonight, but in his stead is our Associate Dean, Dr. Chris Leddenham, who is going to extend his greetings to you as well. Dr. Leddenham?
Right, good evening. On behalf of Dr. Michael Lecker, I bring you greetings from the Office of the Dean. And when I look out, I was trying to think, what would Dr. Lecker say? He would talk about the importance of the symbolism behind the white coat that you're putting on tonight. For many people, when they go to the doctor's office or they encounter a healthcare professional, they see a white coat, their blood pressure immediately goes up. However, we know that with the training you receive here at UTRGV and the experiences that you will gain through your clinical practice as you go out and work with patients and clients, the care that you give, they're going to come to see that white coat not as something to raise their blood pressure, but as something to give them a calming sense, to know that they're getting quality care from someone who is well trained in the healing arts. So as you wear these coats, remember, you're there to be a comforting shoulder, in a sense, although we're not supposed to touch patients that way, to be a comforting shoulder to help people through their worst times. Because let's face it, if we're not sick, we don't want to see anybody in a white coat. But that's the things that we have to kind of keep in mind. So I want to congratulate you on this first milestone. There are many more to come in your academic career here at UTRGV in the School of Nursing. You have a tremendous faculty that will guide you through this process. Listen to them. They have, I'm not going to tell you how many years of experience, but the experience that they will share with you is tremendous. Thank you, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, Dr. Leddenham, and to the others who have been up here. I also now want to introduce you to Dr. B. Nieto, one of our wonderful faculty, who is going to introduce you to the rest of the people on stage. Dr. Nieto?
Good evening, everybody. I'm happy to be here, and I'm so proud of you all. I would like to introduce some of our administrators, faculty, and special guests. So, starting with the Deputy Provost for UTRGV, Dr. Cynthia Brown. And you just met our College of Health Affairs Associate Dean, Faculty Affairs, Chris Leddenham. And I'm going to see who's here as far as our faculty is concerned. I'm going to start, of course, with our leader, Dr. Carolyn Erecta. You just met her a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago. Dr. Janie Acevedo. Ms. Luz Silva. Ms. Norma Silva. Ms. Myla Garza. Dr. Linda Eanes. Mr. Aaron Salinas. Ms. Pam Sullivan. I'm mixed up over there. Okay, and then we have Pauline Jojo. Miss Pauline Jojo. And then we have Ms. Dahlia Paul. And then we have Ms. Betty Phillips. Ms. Sharon McGinley. And Ms. Jaya Abraham, I'm sorry, guys, I just had to bring, you know what. Ms. Liji. Oh, Dr. Liji Matthews, I'm sorry, she just got her PhD. And then back in the last row, we have Dr. Chinwindu Chanicki. And I don't know who you are. Oh, and then Ms. Betty John, who we wish we could clone. And then, of course, you know Dr. Sandy Sanchez. Oh, where are you? Dr. Lily Fuentes. She's our associate director for our nursing school. And then I do have some special guests to introduce to you. Tonight's guest speaker is Ms. Madelaine García. And last year's guest speaker is Ms. Edna Longoria. And we do want to also introduce our staff, Ms. Alma Castillo. I don't know if they're here or not, but there she is over there. Ms. Sabine Castillo. Ms. Rosie Reina. Ms. Lourdes Sanchez. And Mr. James Villarreal. Now, without these guys, nothing could be possible. So I thank all the faculty and everybody that's here tonight, and thank you very much.
I'm back. And I'm going to get to introduce our keynote speaker for the evening, Miss Madelaine, but I call her Maddie Garcia. I can't even believe it. I was trying to add on my fingers to see how many years I knew her. It'll be hard for you to believe, but it's almost 20 years since I first met her. And I was so proud to have her as my student and to see her grow as a nursing student, as a nurse. She came back to get her master's. She's now functioning, working, providing holistic, culturally competent, safe care as a family nurse practitioner. And I'm always delighted to be able to share such a compassionate person with as many people as possible. And on this occasion where we're supposed to be celebrating humanistic, compassionate, caring, keeping healthcare human, it seemed appropriate to be able to have her come and talk to you tonight. She has worked in multiple capacities at Knapp Hospital as a nurse in the hospital as well as a hospice nurse. And now she's working in a unique role, I think, for the Valley. And I'm going to read it because I don't want to miss it. She is working with an amazing group of physicians and nurses, a nutritionist, and a PhD in sociology. They belong to an organization called Accountable Care, which, in case you don't know, we are all supposed to be accountable for the wonderful care we give, and I hope it is always wonderful. So, I also have to say this, she's been married for several years, many years before I even met her, to her high school sweetheart. She has 3 beautiful children, 2 dogs, she's sure to tell me, and one of her daughters is sitting in the back. So I'm very, very happy to introduce Miss Maddie Garcia, Miss Madelaine Garcia, FNP, to you. And in case I didn't make it clear, she is our graduate ×2, BSN and MSN. So here she is. I'm so proud of her.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, esteemed faculty, colleagues, and guests, students. I'm honored to be here this evening to speak to you regarding something that is so dear to my heart. I want to first congratulate you. You've made a decision to join the ranks of so many in the arena of healthcare, but specifically in nursing. It's a huge step, and it's probably taken you many different paths to get here. So many things have to fall into place just to be able to get to the point where you are right now. Maybe it was a dream, maybe it was a family tradition, maybe it was a commitment you made a long time ago, a promise you made when you were young. Looking out there though, you all are very young, so maybe that's not the case. So when Dr. Sanchez asked me to speak to you tonight, I was a little bit nervous. I really wasn't sure what to say, and she said, well, just be yourself, and I said, oh, well, that's easy. I started thinking about, okay, what can I say to the students and the parents and everybody that will make an impact, that you can take with you, to make you feel like, okay, I've got this, I can do this, and move forward and be the best that you can be. So I'm thinking and putting all this pressure on myself, as I tend to do. And my husband said, just relax, just take it easy, just say what you do every day and it'll be great. So I said, well, I have to say something that they just haven't heard before. Well, I'm gonna try. So I began preparing for my speech, and I began to think back as to why I wanted to become a nurse and what I thought nursing meant to me. So it was simple. It was to help people. And of course, that's what a 10-year-old thinks when she's bandaging up her teddy bear and passing out Smartie candies for medicine. To find out that my grandmother had wanted to be a nurse, but she wasn't able to because nursing school was too expensive, so she was sent to become a secretary. But she took care of her siblings, she took care of her children, she took care of their children, their spouses, her husband's family. She fed everybody on the block. She was kind and loving, and she ministered to the sick and volunteered in a hospice with the nuns. And she would give the best hugs and listen to you chitter-chatter while she cut up fruit and served it to you. Love and nutrition. What more? This had to be nursing. And my mom would always say, why a nurse? Why not a doctor? I would say, I don't know, Mom. I just want to be a nurse. I want to help people. She said, well, you can help people as a doctor. I said, yes, but I want to be a nurse. She said, okay. She said, then do whatever your heart desires. And then, of course, she would throw in, well, don't you want to be a teacher? My mom was a teacher. I said, no way. I can't handle the kids. I'm not going to be doing paperwork on the weekend, making all those phone calls to parents. And she said, okay, well, go with it. And then, of course, my dad would say, do whatever makes you happy, but make sure that you do it at 100%, and make sure you are the best at it that you can possibly be. My dad was in the Army, so you can imagine. So I started going through my wellness paperwork. Yes, I do still have it. And I said, oh, I have things written down. I know I wrote down things because this was something that we had to do when we started the program. We had to write down what was our philosophy on nursing, what did nursing mean, what was our opinion. So I said, well, let me go and find this. But all I came across were mostly definitions that I had written down, and my handwriting has gotten a lot worse. And so one of them was, well, the dictionary says, the profession or practice of providing care for the sick or infirm. Okay, well, it's pretty basic, right? So then a little bit further down, notations, the American Nursing Association says, nursing is the protection, promotion, and optimization of health and abilities, prevention of illness and injury, facilitation of healing, alleviation of suffering, through the diagnosis and treatment of human response, and advocacy in the care of individuals, families, groups, communities, and populations. Obviously, they got it right. So I began asking different people around at different times what nursing meant to them, or what was a nurse to them. And I got all kinds of different responses. And everyone's concept was similar, but a little bit different. And mind you, these were all education levels. Someone said, oh, well, nurses work in the hospital. Yes. Takes care of sick people. Okay. The best response I got was from a 3-year-old. He said they clean up poop. Other responses were someone who gives shots, and nurses help old people. One physician said to me that the nurses are the eyes and the ears for us when we are not able to be at the bedside. All the time they are dependable and a lifeline for patients. And these responses, I said, wow, these are amazing. I was really impressed. And I was very grateful, but it was just still something that I was looking for. So last week, I was in clinic, and I was seeing a 5-year-old child for a wellness exam. And he brought his little book for the wait time. And so when I walk into the exam room, and he's sitting there buried in the book, and I was thinking, this is awesome. So I said, can I ask you a question? And he said, sure. I said, what grade are you in? He said, kinder. I said, can I ask you another question? He said, sure. I said, what does nursing or being a nurse mean to you? His response was, nurses take care of people like their mommies would when the mommies don't know what to do. I thought this was amazing. This 5-year-old has got it going. Of course, how would a mommy take care of her child? With love, compassion, dignity, respect, human caring, exactly the epitome of nursing. So you'll hear many cliches while you're in the program and throughout your career. Treat patients as if it was your mom or your grandma. Treat patients the way it was your family member. You'll hear a scary one that says nurses eat their own, but that's not true. That's not true. But the main theme throughout is care and compassion, treating people with dignity and respect regardless of their race, religion, health insurance status, ability or inability to pay. Treating people with a humanistic touch. In other words, just one human being to another. Many times it's just a listening ear, a touch on the shoulder. The ability for someone to reveal their true feelings is what makes your visit a success. It's not always about the vital signs. Of course, those are important things. So caution when you hear things out there, caution in labeling people. Take a moment to investigate. It may not be that people don't want to do what we're asking them. It may be that there's a barrier for whatever reason. It could be something as simple as a belief that they have. It could be something as extreme as the cost. It could be something of the fear that they have regarding a treatment plan or something that you're wanting to provide for them, whether the fear is real or perceived. It could also be a myth, because you know that we all have a comadre, and they always don't give the best advice. So we can give the best treatment plan there is. We can have the best nursing care plan. We can know exactly what we're going to do. But that doesn't always mean that that's what's best for the patient. We have to engage the patient. We have to incorporate them in the decision making. And we have to do that with a very caring and loving, compassionate way. And that way, we have the recipe for success. So speaking to people, patients, clients, speaking to them, not over them, not above them, not below them, just speaking to them. Holistic care is looking at the whole rather than the parts, because we're not a part, we're a whole person. And so throughout my career, I've really met some of the most amazing people, and they have touched my heart in so many ways, young, old, so many stories to tell, so many memories that makes me be able to have the best job in the whole world. So I used to work in a clinic in Mercedes, and I worked with this super amazing PA, and she was so great at her job, and she would say, "Why are you always behind on your notes?" And I would say, well, because when I go into the exam room, I sit and listen and talk to the patient. I said, so I don't really utilize the computer as much as I should in the room. I'd like to do my documentation on the outside. And she said, well, what do you say? I said, well, I ask, how are you doing today? How's everything going? What can I help you with? And then at the end of the conversation, I go back and I review what our plan was and make sure that the plan incorporates them and that they feel comfortable with it. She said, "That's it?" I said, "Yeah, that's it." So she started doing it as well. She got a little bit behind on her notes. So the beauty of nursing is that there are so many areas that are available for you to work in. So you have to find what you enjoy and you have to do what you love. Follow your heart always. Do what's right, even if nobody's watching. You maintain your ethics. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost my spot. And keep your love for nursing true, and it will shine through you every day in your personal life and at work. Always remember where you started, bright-eyed, eager, sitting here ready to obtain your pin, and how you felt with the anticipation of being the best nurse in the whole world. Someone for others to look up to and confide in and lead by example. I was blessed to have been able to use my career to build my character, maintain my ethics, support my family, but most of all, share my nursing experiences and my knowledge. I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you this evening and wish you great success in the future. And just a little note, one very, very wise instructor once said to me, "Nursing will not define you, you will define nursing." Thank you.
I have a PS to tell you. She was also a teacher. She taught nursing for us, so your mom was right.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you.
Did anybody get goosebumps? I got goosebumps. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you very, very much. And come back and teach for us. And I'm serious. Our next speaker is not going to be here tonight because her child is ill, so that child, she's acting as mother and nurse, so she has to be there to take care of her child. Ms. Dania Ochoa is not going to be here. However, I had invited last year's keynote speaker tonight to come help coach you guys. So on her way over here, I texted her and I asked her if she would give that particular history of pins and coats tonight. So she reluctantly, but willingly maybe, agreed. And so our lovely speaker from last year, you are going to be able to hear her tonight. She wowed the audience last year. Those of you who are seniors who are here will remember how wonderful she was. So she's also one of our graduates, I believe 2014. And here is Miss Edna Longoria, and she's here with her posse. Thank you for doing it. And I did put her on the spot, so please welcome her.
Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? Congratulations on being in the program. Whenever it gets tough, I remember Dr. Sanchez would always tell us, remember that first feeling of excitement that you got when you first opened up your letter welcoming you into the program. So whenever you think it's rough and you think you feel down, remember that one moment. So, as you might suspect, the origin of the white coat over 100 years ago was a symbol of cleanliness and protection from germs. It was meant to protect those who wore it from the rampant germs in the clinical setting, and it was also meant to protect the clients and patients from the germs on the street clothes of health providers, usually physicians. White coats are now worn by many health professionals, including nurses, and should represent trust, empathy, caring, compassion. White coat ceremonies are recent celebrations, and they too originally were for graduating medical students or graduates, but they have now evolved to being an entry rites of passage. White coat ceremonies for BSN students began in 2014, and we are proud to say that our UTPA BSN program was one of the first 100 programs to participate, and we are now happily celebrating our 4th annual, like Dr. Sanchez said, when she began the program. Now, if you all would like to follow me, the back of the program, the last 2 paragraphs, I'd like to read them to you just to give a better understanding of what this means. The gift of the Keeping Healthcare Human lapel pin to each entering nursing student participating in the Fall 2017 White Coat Ceremony is provided by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, initiator of the first White Coat Ceremony in 1993. The pin's new logo, a golden Mobius loop, symbolizes the continuous bond of trust, respect, and communication that connects healthcare professionals with the clients, with humanism at the core of practice. The APGF works with healthcare professionals in training and in practice to instill a culture of respect, dignity, empathy, and compassion for both patients, clients, and professionals. The APGF's critical mission is to sustain the commitment of healthcare professionals to provide compassionate, collaborative, and scientifically excellent client-patient care. The UTRGV BSN program shares those laudable goals. In general, jewelry is discouraged in clinical settings, but professional pins are the exception. Nursing pins have been around for a very long time, dating back to 1880, and they are usually awarded upon graduation as an exit rite of passage for our BSN seniors. They were originally considered badges worn by educated women prepared to serve the health needs of society and were symbolic of our intended attributes, alma maters, and profession. Today's pin is not a nursing pin, but it is rather an entry pin to remind you to keep healthcare human. Always remember that. As you recite tonight's white coat oath, reach up to your right lapel and touch your pin. Remember that feeling whenever you need inspiration. Though it has also become a symbol of power or fashion, we hope you will wear your white coat with pride and in the manner in which it was intended. Clean, ironed, and fastened, either by its buttons, zipper, or snaps to protect both you and your clients. And this is from Dr. Sanchez. Onward and forward towards the highest and the best. Thank you.
I can't tell you how proud a faculty member becomes when you see your students in such a remarkable fashion, as I was privileged to be able to hear and see both Maddie and Edna tonight. So thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. And one day you all will be up here giving the speech to somebody else at the 29th or the 30th or the 50th White Coat celebration that we put on. One of you will be up here. And I'll be back there in the corner. So as Edna told you, these pins that you all got tonight, and I hope you all have put them already on the right lapel, are gifts from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. They sponsored our first white coat, but they haven't continued to sponsor our other ones, but they have continued to give us pins every year, and for that we're very, very grateful. This year is a brand new pin with a new logo, so you all will be the first to be wearing this pin. So if you ever run into anybody from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, tell them thank you. So now we're going to begin the process of the coding. So I don't know if anyone told you how we're going to do, but we will be starting in an orderly fashion and hopefully ending in an orderly fashion too, where the first row will come up and carry in your coat, keep it unfastened for now, and then 6 of you will come on the stage at a time, one at a time, but till there's 6, and then the faculty member will help coach you, help you fasten. Help them fasten too, folks, so that you button it correctly and all that jazz. And then after all 6 of you are up here, we will have a picture of the 6 of you at a time, and at that point you will exit, and then 6 more will come. I think you all your GPAs attest to the fact that I think you can understand that. Okay, all right. So, shall we begin? Oh, yes. Come up here. Come up. You said you wanted to be here. Okay. No, so you need to get in. So you go all the way to the end. Okay. Heather Acebuche. Elvia Acevedo Cantú. Oh, come here. Ia. Ia Agarao. Jasmine Alanis. Do you have 6? Is it Gisela Alcalá. Carla Alcántar. Can you feel that power of that white coat on you? Come up here. Yeah. Just met. Tiffany Alfonso. Daisy Alvarado. Wait till I announce you. Priscilla Anzaldúa. Fernanda Arispe. Rubina Barrera. Are you number 6? Oh. María Gutiérrez. So you're Skylar. Skylar Barrios. Emily Becerra. Karina Bocanegra. Carolina Briones. Jessica Capetillo. Karen Carranza. Diego Carrillo, Perla Castellanos, Juan Castillo, Eduardo Cavazos, Valeria Cedillo, Marlon Chapa, Brittany Cruz, Judith de Anda, María Díaz, Jesús Elizondo, ¿sí? Yaretsi Escobar, Anita Flores, Christy Flores, Edith Flores, Christy with a K Flores, Stephanie Flores, and Laura Funes. Javier Gaona. Is it exciting so far, everybody?
Get to work.
Yeah. Melissa Gowett, Amy Garcia, Nidia Garcia, René Garcia, Carlos Garza, Cindy Garza.
They're all my relatives.
I see. We have to get the second shift up here.
Come on. Gonna be next to me. We have 6.
Jerry Jacob Garza. Leobardo Garza. Leslie Garza. Lizette Garza.
They're all my relatives.
Sheila Garza. And Alba Gonzalez. David Gonzalez. Hilario Gonzalez, the third. Joelda Gonzalez. Idalia Guajardo. Denise Heredia. Jonathan Hodge. Jocelyn Iracheta. Lucero Isais. Leah Hara. Mayra Jerez. Jennifer Lopez. Yoselin Manzanares. Catherine Maravilla. Robert Marquez. Edith Mead. Genesis Mejia. Jose Montelongo. Israel Montoya.
What a sweet smile he's having.
Leslie Motu. Leticia Munoz.
Nguyen. Nguyen.
Caitlin Nguyen. Hector Ochoa. Brittany Ojeda. Margarita Ortega. Celine Ortiz. Yulsi Ariani Ozuna. Pamela Pancho. Gabriela Pedraza. Julissa Peña. Armando Pérez. Iris Perez. Leslie Perez. Myra Perez. Sylvia Perez. Velma Perez. Lorraine Prado.
Where's Betty?
Risette Puentes, Maribel Quiros, Mallory Ramos, Seth Ramos, Alex Ramos Rios, Christopher Reyes,
Oh, Ramos Rios. Edna. Do we have 6 already?
She's coming.
Edna's gonna come.
We have our 2 keynote speakers cooking too.
Woohoo.
Randy Reyes, Ana Reina, Rosalinda Rivera, Stephanie Rivera,
Elizabeth Roberts.
Elizabeth Roberts, Amanda Rodriguez, Michelle Rodriguez, Karina Rodriguez Torres, María Rubio, Eduardo Ruiz, Genesis Ruiz, Gabriela Sainz,
It's because it's royal.
Alondra Salinas, Martha Salinas, Benjamin Sanchez, Pauline Sánchez, Luis A. Segovia, Brianna Sepúlveda,
I think he was from StarCap.
Melissa Cerato, Miguel Cerato, Irvin Silva, Leilani Silva, Larissa Sotelo, Jessica Soto, Melissa Soto, David Suho Moro, Raymond Valdez, Alejandra Velázquez, Angie Villa Gomez, Elisa Villanueva, we're almost at the end. Lucinda Villasana, Mikey Wooden, Teresa Zamora, Araceli Zamorano, and Maria Fernanda Zoria, our last student. Do you feel any differently, guys? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel ready to keep humanity in healthcare? Yes? Yes? Let me hear it. All right. That's the kind of inspiration we need because we're getting ready for you to recite the white coat oath. So I need you to feel that inspiration coming from within. So when Miss Norma Silva leads you in the white coat oath, you get goose pimples all over. Now remember to touch your pen as you're reciting the white coat. You're going to need to stand up for this. So Miss Norma Silva.
We just follow together. I take this oath. Together. Let's start again. I take this oath voluntarily with a full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. As a nurse dedicated to being a client advocate who provides excellent, high-quality, safe, mind, body, spirit, holistic, humanistic, culturally competent care, I solemnly pledge that I will consider my primary concerns to be the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering, act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my care, apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal holistic outcomes for my clients' patients, exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements, promote, advocate for, and strive to protect each client's health, safety, and rights. Accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence to help people help themselves maximize their wellness across their lifespan. With this pledge, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the nursing profession.
Did you get goosebumps? Yes? 1, 2. You may sit down while Miss Betty John comes to share some parting comments with you. Miss Betty John.
Wow, you all look beautiful. Are you excited? Are you moved? With the spirit, Okay. Well, I'm here actually on behalf of BSN Student Development Committee and on School of Nursing behalf. I'm just here to, do a few closing remarks. Okay. I would like to really thank our keynote speaker, Maddie. That was very inspiring, isn't it? Very inspiring. So thank you for doing that. Okay. And I also thank our administrators. I know that Dr. Cynthia Brown is here, and then Dr. Christopher. We thank you for coming and be part of this program. And then I also thank, of course, Dr. Huerta. We thank you for supporting us, for holding this event. And I thank all the faculty, of course, especially Dr. Beatriz Nieto and Ms. Edna, Ms. Norma Silva, all who are actually part of this program. Thank you. And then I thank really for all the parents and the relatives and the loved ones. You made it possible to witness this event. Now I have something for you students. Okay, I hope that all of you are highly motivated and moved by this meaningful entry rite of passage ceremony. I remember my nursing school entry ceremony, and that was called the lamp-lighting ceremony. At that time, the graduating class students, they were wearing their white uniforms with the caps with black stripes. Well, we used to look for that, because we wanted to wear that. And they lighted their lamp from the faculty, and we, the incoming class, lighted our lamps from the graduating class. So that was very ceremonial. Probably I didn't understand or assimilate the whole meaning of it at that time. But I did everything I was supposed to do. In that ceremony, like some young children, eagerly looking at their elders and imitating them because they want to be just like their elders. I imagine that perhaps tonight you also didn't get the whole meaning of it. But I can assure you, as you progress through your journey, the meaning will slowly unfold for you. So the message, while I close the event, I want you to take home today, it's this. You have been called to this profession, and this is a sacred calling. So accept this calling with compassion, humility, love, determination, and commitment, as you are the chosen one. Give your sincere, honest, and best effort in whatever you do. As a nursing student, each time you walk into that patient's or client's room, let your pin, that pin that is keeping healthcare human, be a visual and tactile reminder for you to deliver the best, thinking that that person in that is either your mother or your father or your brother or your sister or maybe your child or maybe your loved one. And that's it. So if you have that feeling, then you will be there for that patient or the client. Okay, so welcome to this beautiful journey towards becoming compassionate, humanistic, holistic, culturally competent, caring professional. I think that's it for at this evening. Okay, I wish you all the best and thank you, and wish you all for a safe drive back home.
If you all don't have at least 2 goosebumps. What? I didn't hear you. Say it again. Oh, you got the tachycardia. Okay, I got that too. So you have been pinned and coded, and you have recited your oath and gotten your pardon comments. And it's going to be time for you to recess out of the theater, but I'm also wondering if any of you all aren't really ready to recess because you want to stay around and take pictures. What's the story? You gonna recess out?
I want to take a picture.
You all aren't responding. You're not responding yet. Okay. All right, so, the program is over. I was going to let you all recess out so you wouldn't get, blocked. But if you want to stay here and do whatever you want to do inside the auditorium for the next 4 minutes, you may. So congratulations, everybody. Please remember, if you were at all moved tonight, if you were inspired tonight, hold on to those feelings. And what Edna said that I said to them a long time ago, always remember, nursing is hard enough when you love it, so please love it. And remember that the bliss you got when you got the letter, whenever it gets hard and rough and rocky, remember that bliss and keep on going, because as Ms. Betty John said, this is a sacred mission. So live up to that. And blessings to all of you. Good night. Thank you all for coming.